Your Bitcoin wallet, your retirement account, every encrypted message you've ever sent, by 2030, all of it could be cracked open like a piggy bank. And the people who can see this coming, they're not warning you, they're preparing to profit from it. A CEO working directly with Nvidia on quantum computing just went on record saying Bitcoin's encryption will fall a few years after 2030. Not might fall, not could potentially be vulnerable, will fall. His name is Théau Peronnin. His company Alice & Bob is building the quantum computers that will make it happen. And when asked if he'd hold his Bitcoin, he laughed and said, "I wouldn't hold my Bitcoin." This isn't some YouTuber speculating. This is the man building the weapon telling you exactly when it fires. The question is, why are you only hearing about this now? The breakthrough they didn't want you to notice. October 2025, while everyone was arguing about politics and watching cat videos, Google dropped a bombshell that barely made headlines. Their Willow quantum chip achieved what they're calling verifiable quantum advantage. Translation, for the first time in human history, a quantum computer solved a real problem 13,000 times faster than the world's most powerful supercomputers. Not a party trick, not a theoretical exercise, a real, repeatable, verifiable calculation that left classical computers in the dust. Here's what Google isn't shouting from the rooftops. This is the same technology that will crack your passwords, the same technology that will break Bitcoin, the same technology that makes every encrypted secret you've ever trusted to the internet suddenly readable. But let's back up, because to understand how deep this goes, you need to understand what quantum computing actually does and why the people building it are so terrified they won't invest in Bitcoin themselves. The weapon everyone's building in secret. Quantum computers don't work like regular computers. Your laptop uses bits, ones and zeros. Simple, predictable. Quantum computers use qubits, and qubits can be 1, 0, or both at the same time. It sounds like science fiction, but it's real. And it means quantum computers can test millions of password combinations simultaneously. Trying to crack Bitcoin's encryption on a regular computer, it would take thousands of years. With quantum computer running Shor's algorithm, minutes. Now, here's where it gets dark. Back in 2014, over a decade ago, the NSA was already working on this. Documents leaked by Edward Snowden revealed a $79.7 million program called Penetrating Hard Targets. Its sole purpose? Build a quantum computer capable of breaking all encryption. That was 2014, 11 years ago, with $80 million in funding we know about. Think about that. While Bitcoin was trading for $300, while everyone was calling it magic internet money, the NSA was already building the machine that would crack it. What have they built in the decade since? They're not exactly taking press questions. So, when does this actually happen? When should you be worried? Théau Peronnin, the Alice & Bob CEO working with Nvidia, says quantum computers will threaten Bitcoin a bit later than 2030. He specifically said Bitcoin needs to fork to stronger encryption by 2030, basically. But here's what he's not saying. His company is promising to deliver their quantum computer, called Graphene, in 2030. That's the machine that will vastly outperform classical supercomputers at non-trivial tasks. Notice the careful language? A bit later than 2030, just enough wiggle room to avoid a lawsuit when Bitcoin crashes in 2031. And it's not just him. Experts across the board agree. Crypto-analytically relevant quantum computers, the ones that can actually break encryption at scale, won't arrive until at least the 2030s. At least the 2030s. That's what they're willing to say publicly. But remember, the NSA started building in 2014 with technology we don't even know about. Google just achieved a 13,000 times speed up this year, and the guy building quantum computers for Nvidia is laughing about holding Bitcoin. Connect those dots. The part they don't want you thinking about. Here's the really terrifying part. Even if quantum computers can't break your Bitcoin wallet today, they can steal your encrypted data now and crack it later. It's called Harvest Now, Decrypt Later, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Intelligence agencies, yours, mine, everyone's, are already recording every encrypted transaction they can get their hands on. They can't read it today, but in 2032, when they finally have a working quantum computer, they'll decrypt the last 10 years of your financial history in an afternoon. And classified government information has an intelligence life of up to 30 years, according to NSA guidelines, which means they're protecting secrets today that could be compromised by quantum computers in 2040, secrets that were encrypted in 2010. Think about what you encrypted in 2010. Now imagine someone reading it in 2040. But Bitcoin doesn't have 30 years. It has 5. Because the moment someone demonstrates a working quantum attack on blockchain encryption, the sell-off won't wait for actual hacks. The fear alone will crash the market. Why are they telling you now? So why is Théau Peronnin going public? Why would the CEO of a quantum computing company tank investor confidence in cryptocurrency? Simple, because they've already moved their money. Look at what he actually said. You should have a few good years ahead of you, but I wouldn't hold my Bitcoin. A few good years? Translation, 2027, maybe 2028 at the latest? Then it's over. And notice who he's working with. Nvidia, the same company that made billions selling GPUs to cryptocurrency miners. The same company now pivoting hard into quantum computing partnerships. They're not abandoning crypto because they're dumb, they're abandoning it because they've seen the end game. Meanwhile, venture capital firms have poured over $1.2 billion into US quantum computing startups. And that's just the public money we know about. These aren't stupid people. They're betting billions on quantum supremacy, and they're warning you about Bitcoin with the same breath. What does that tell you? Here's what we know for certain. Quantum computers are getting exponentially more powerful. Google just proved it, Nvidia's betting on it, the NSA started building one over a decade ago. Bitcoin's encryption, the same encryption protecting your bank account, your passwords, your private messages, will fall. Not might fall, will fall. The only question is when. And the people who actually know, they're not giving you a date. They're giving you a warning window, 2030 to 2035. 5 to 10 years, that's your countdown. Bitcoin might fork to quantum-resistant encryption, banks might upgrade their systems, governments might release new security standards. Or they might not, because here's the thing about paradigm shifts. The people who see them coming profit. The people who don't, they hold the bag. And right now, the guy building quantum computers for Nvidia is laughing about holding Bitcoin. Maybe you should be listening.